Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. I have my teeth in, I have my lippy on, and I have my glasses. Good morning, everyone. Hang on. Let me just stop that. I just heard myself, which is not a good look. So, what I'm doing today is I really want to test out what it's like to stream on multiple platforms. And I thought, what's a good way to do that? And I thought, well, I need people watching and I need to be able to see what's happening. So I thought, I'll get other people here to talk about themselves and their channel. So I thought, I'll just turn this into a huge shout out so that I don't have to talk and you guys can do all the talking. Fabulous. So I'd like to start off by recognising the Kaurna land that I'm live streaming from. I acknowledge the traditional owners, the Kaurna people of the Adelaide Plains. I respect acknowledge their relationship to the land, spiritual and cultural relationship to the land and waters, and I recognise that their land has never been ceded. So I've got somebody coming up. So people, please, if you want to join me on my live stream and chat while I check out what's happening on the other platforms, please do. There's a link at the top for you to come on. And you'll go into the waiting room and somebody's in there already, and I'll let Jackie in a minute. But yeah, please do that, because the more you talk, the less I have to, and the more I can sort of see what's happening on the other channels. So this is going to be a huge shout out. Your channel, your merchandise, your socials, a video that you would really like to draw people's attention to, whatever you like, just keep sharing your links on these channels, and hopefully people on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter will see them, and hopefully we might even get a few extra subscribers. I know that I'm a very small channel with very few numbers, but hey, I've got more followers on Twitter than I have on YouTube, so you never know what's going to happen. So when you come on, it's actually up to you what you talk about. But I'm going to do a rolling screen in a minute to give you some ideas of what you may wish to say. So you can talk about anything like introduce yourselves, introduce your channel, talk about your content, what your hopes and dreams are, anything really, you know. Do you like... and one question I really expect people to answer is what I wasn't expecting when I started YouTube. So something that you weren't expecting. So for me, it was actually the having to continuously do videos all the time. You bask in the glory of one video for about 24 hours, if that, maybe 3 hours, who knows, and then all of a sudden you're on to the next one. You put all the time and effort into it, and you've just got to start all over again. That was a big shock to me. So I'm going to let Jackie in now. Comments, hang on, I've got comments. I think I've got a private chat. No, I haven't, just comments. I don't know why it's coming up with the number one. So I'm going to introduce... Oh, before I do that, check this out. I've got my Ghostly Findings Paranormal jacket. And I don't know, I'm turning my back to you. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just going to bob up and down. Okay. Welcome, Jackie.
Hello.
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, I am going to put you on full screen and just let you chat.
Oh, cheers.
So basically, just talk about yourself, like introduce yourself and maybe what your interests are and how you got into YouTube, how you got into your interests. And remember, there's a question that you must answer at the end. What I didn't expect from YouTube.
Oh, what I didn't expect from
YouTube. I know, right? There's a lot. Okay, I'm putting you on full screen. Oh no, that's me. There you go. And I'm gonna go. I might even mute my microphone. I am listening, and I might prod you with a question or two, but I'm just going to check out the other platforms.
Yep, that's fine. Well, hello, I'm Ghostly Findings Paranormal, and my name is Jackie. A lot of my channel was the paranormal, and I got into the paranormal because I just found it interesting, and a lot of it is like, I'm a skeptic. Oops, there goes my thing. And I wanted to know if there is life after death. And so with me being a skeptic, a lot of things like went through your mind, like, are they like, a spirit's real? Is like communicating with the spirits, are they real? Is it just your imagination? Is it just what you hear, what you see, and stuff like that? So I decided with my mum, when I was a full-time carer, that we'll just go out, and cemeteries interested me a lot with the old graves and how people passed away and the years they passed away. And I just found going to these places were very interesting. And like a lot of cemeteries we do go to in South Australia are very unloved, and they don't get any they just don't get any visitors. So Mum and I decided that we'll just go around to cemeteries and just document, because you just never know what's going to happen to these cemeteries later on in life, like later on down the track. Because I've been to a cemetery in the Angus Valley where the actual gravestones are sinking into the ground. Now, if I didn't document that, no one would know it was even there, because the headstones are just disappearing into the ground. Nature's taking over. So I just found that if I didn't document it, no one would know that there's an actual cemetery there in Angus Valley. And so I did that, and then people found out that, yeah, there is a cemetery there, even though some of the headstones are still above ground, but a lot of the older ones were still below ground. So I just thought, well, if I don't document it, no one would know there's a cemetery there. Also, there's another one that I found very interesting, which is the Forgotten Cemetery, I call it, at Freeling. Now, that one is overgrown to the max. Now, if I didn't document that cemetery, no one would know it was even there, because it's so well hidden. And so I just went out because Mum and I enjoyed checking out cemeteries and looking at the history of the cemeteries. And I didn't really think much of the paranormal with that going there. It was just documenting cemeteries in South Australia. And then a few things happened. So I bought a few devices, and like the S-Box, the PSB7, the K2 meters. So I thought it would be interesting to see if there is life after death. That's what I wanted to know, if there is life after death. So because a lot of the paranormal equipment, as they call the paranormal equipment, you got to be careful with, because a lot of it is just, a lot of it's just BS, in my words. Some things, like, it took me a while, because I was a skeptic with the K2 meter, a skeptic with the PSB7, and a skeptic with the S-Box. And it took me when I was Cemetery Hunter Adelaide, like, that was my first channel that I started with, and I would go around and try and prove if there is life after death, because you just don't know, really. And going to cemeteries, that's the best place to do stuff like that. So I did all that, and with this stuff, I was very skeptical. Like the K2 meter picks up radiation. Now, a lot of places, cemeteries have got towers that can interrupt with the signals of your K2 meter, which you try and debunk the best of your ability, which I try and do my best ability to debunk a lot of the things that happen with the K2 meter. There's one cemetery I went to in Tanunda. Now, that's the Tabor Cemetery. Now, every time I go there, the K2 meter like goes off its rocker there. Now, the only way I can debunk that as a skeptic in myself is to look at the possibilities of why, because there's businesses all around it. And me being a skeptic in that situation, I was using, is it the Wi-Fi from the factories, or is it the actual phone tower that was set in the K2 meter, because it picks up radiation? And in a way, I'm sort of still skeptic with the K2 meter. That's why in a lot of my videos, I try to debunk the situation of the K2 meter going off. Is it the phone towers? Is it businesses nearby? But a lot of things I can't debunk with the K2 meter. I've been to abandoned properties where there's no power whatsoever, and the K2 meter, like, there's no power, there is no radio tower, no towers anywhere around, electricity towers that would set the K2 meter off. Now, there was one I went to, abandoned property in Maribel. Now, that is in the middle of nowhere, guys. Now, I couldn't debunk the K2 meter. I put it up against the wall. Now, this house has never had power. It's never had any electricity through the property whatsoever, and there was nowhere near any towers, anything. Now, I debunked that and tried to debunk it to the best of my ability as a amateur paranormal investigator, because I don't class myself as a paranormal investigator. I'm an amateur. Now, I still believe there was residual energy at this house that I went to, because it was an old church, like house where the priest used to live in. Now, and there was a church near it. Now, to me, I would saying it was paranormal. That to me was paranormal. Now, it took me a while to try and adjust to say, because being a skeptic, is it paranormal or is it not paranormal? So I thought, yeah, it's paranormal. But I still, myself today, as Ghostly Findings Paranormal, 2 years later with this channel, that some things are still I'm still very skeptical with. And a lot of things I will not dwell darker into the paranormal with, because that's just not me. I've never done, and I never will do a lot. I'm more of a light paranormal investigator, where like I should do more of the in-depth, more of the paranormal, but that's just not my channel. It's just not the way I work, and I do my channel the way I want it to evolve. And so a lot of things I'm still very skeptical with. But with the S-Box, how can an S-Box, like, that's a device that sweeps through radio frequencies, how can that determine your name? Like, through a frequency, it'll say your name, and it can do direct responses to whatever you're saying. And a lot of like radio frequencies, when they scan through, no radio station will swear. Like, they don't say a cuss word. Now, I get that through my S-Box, like swearing and get out, and I get direct responses. Now, that made me more of a believer in the paranormal field when I started using them type of devices, because there's no radio station out there that would say a cuss word at you, or tell you to get out, or actually do direct responses to an answer to a question you have given. So I just was blown away with that. So that got me more and more and more involved in the paranormal field. So I started buying all this equipment, like the SLS camera. I got a ghost box enhancer, which enhances the volume of the voices, tries to get rid of the white noise, so you can hear the voices through clearly. Now, you can't tell me that a radio station will have someone swearing on it, like, and say your name clear as day. Now, some things like the SLS camera, I'm still like very skeptical with, because that's designed to map, like that will map objects, trees, headstones. Now, I did an investigation at the Moonta Cemetery at night time. Now, that scared the living Jesus out of me, like literally. And what you don't realise at the time, that the SLS camera is doing what it's supposed to do, and that is to map whatever objects in front of them. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough this morning. So with any equipment, the SLS camera to me, like, yes, it's a good device. It's a good ghost hunting equipment device, but it's just not 100% accurate because it's doing what it's supposed to, and that is to map out whatever you're trying to see. Like, it maps out tombstones, it'll map out a tree, it'll map out something. So to me, that's why I don't use it anymore, because I decided to do what any other channel does and get myself an SLS camera, and it's just not what it's cracked up to be, guys, really. So that's one thing I'm skeptical with. But the S-Box and the PSB7, that's one thing I'm a true believer of. Anything on apps like the Necrophonic, I won't touch that, because they're just word banks, and it's just telling you what you want to hear and what you think you're hearing. It's just BS to me, that, sorry, with the Necrophonic. But other than that, just getting out and experiencing different cemeteries in different locations. Every cemetery is different. Not every cemetery is the same. Some cemeteries are beautiful, and some cemeteries just got that evil vibe, like, just feels absolutely horrible when you walk into a cemetery. There's one in the country town that every time I go, I feel like I've got to run out of there. You just get that feeling, where I can go to another cemetery and can be completely at ease. So, yeah, so if any, like, and my expectations of YouTube, in my opinion, is you got to work damn hard at getting where you want to be, where you want to get. It's hard to try and grab people's attention, because I don't fake none of my stuff. So a lot of people won't come to your channel because you're not given the expectation of entertaining. So everything that you hear on my channel, like see on my channel, are real, and I do not fake anything whatsoever. I may get the wrong voices I hear through my S-Box. I might get the wrong interpretation to it, but I try my best to hear what I can hear. And yeah, doing a video each time, you got to keep doing videos to keep into the community. And my dog wants to come in for the door. You have to try and keep people entertained, even though it's hard, because my personality is I keep to myself a lot, and I have to let the dog in really quick. Sorry, Heather, just let the dog in. But
That's okay. I'll come back now. I'll let you keep going.
I'm sorry, I had to let the dog in really quick.
That's
but
okay.
Like, you got to be careful out there when you're out in the paranormal field. Like, I'm no professional I'm no professional paranormal investigator. Like, I admit that. And I even admit that on my channel. Like, I'm an amateur, and there's still a lot of things I have to learn. But with YouTube, you got to be like, you got to keep people coming back to your channel. Like, even though, like, I've changed it a lot up since, like, I've just, like, everything that happened when I did that investigation up at Yulee Road at night time, I've changed the way my channel is running, because I don't like delving deep into the paranormal. I don't like that dark part of the paranormal. So I found it more easier for myself, my health and my well-being, that I do the light paranormal and keep away from all the stuff that's out there, because it's not me. Like, I rather go to a cemetery and document a cemetery, like a lot of people do. They document cemeteries to show other people in other countries what their cemeteries look like. That's why I went into the paranormal part, because the paranormal got me. I didn't get the paranormal. The paranormal found me. I didn't find that. But yeah, doing YouTube, it's a lot of hard work. And once you hit that 1K, like I'm at 1.3 now, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. And when you haven't got the mindset to do that. You sort of like drift away from it from a while, and then you get back into the paranormal, and then people don't like what you're doing because you're changing your channel up to what you want it to be, where they see you as a paranormal investigator. Where I'm ghostly findings paranormal. Not all the time will I be doing a lot of stuff I see you go to is paranormal. So I just don't know where the YouTube community would see that just because I have ghostly findings paranormal, that everything would be paranormal when it's not. Because sometimes you don't get paranormal every day you go out. Paranormal doesn't happen at a drop of a hat. You have to actually get that type of thing. So it's something, paranormal's around you 24/7, but if they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. And that's very hard to put in a video to make it entertaining for YouTube purposes. Because some cemeteries I could go to and get nothing. And then I can go to another cemetery and get paranormal activity. It just depends on the day, I suppose, because you don't get paranormal every day.
Yeah, absolutely. You're so right, Jackie. Sorry,
it's true. You can go out places. Yeah, like you can go to an abandoned property and get nothing there at all. But then you can go to a cemetery where there's a lot of history and get full on like communication.
Yes.
Even the most haunted, let's just say I go to West Terrace Cemetery a few times.
Yeah.
Now, you could go there one day and feel nothing, and then go there 2 weeks later and get full on, like your body gets that tingling sense, like you've been watched, you've been followed, or it's just really weird. So that's what made me get into the paranormal, because I didn't find it; it found me. Because the attachment I got back like a few years ago. So
yes, Tian's. We all have the psychic ability. It's just working out how to use it best.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes,
because I do hear. I don't see them. I do hear them. I don't see. I've been out investigations with people where they see them and I don't see them. Now I don't say they're BSing.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
just saying that what they're seeing is what they're seeing, but I'm not seeing what they're seeing. You know what I mean? Like, I've been out with collaborating with with a few people, and they see stuff and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calling on saying they're BSing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What they're seeing and I don't see, but then I can hear it and they don't.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so many times I watch videos. Can you see? And people say, "Can you see that in the background?" No, and I'm right up by the screen like this, face on the screen. It's like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
And then I feel really, really weird. I guess
you feel like, because I've been, the only time I've seen once, and that's the first time me and Julie, when Unearthly Wanderings went up to Yulee Road. Now, to see her face. Because she sees them and I hear them, and we're just two, when we're together, it's just, it's hard. It's very, because we're both throwing different energies out. And when we were up there and to her to see it, and I looked in her face and I knew straight away she wasn't BSing, I was like, yeah, get out of there. Because if she's seen it and I'm not, but I'm hearing it, where do you go? It's like, yeah. Because I hear and I don't see it, but I can hear them.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like it's just you and me for the next hour.
Doesn't matter.
Next 35 minutes. Nobody else wants to come up and chat. Damn.
But yeah, YouTube is hard to get. You got to really work at it to get your. I really worked. Now, I didn't have any help. I did it all by myself. When I was Cemetery Hunter Adelaide, I did have help to try and build, but that just didn't work for me, Cemetery Hunter Adelaide. So I dropped out of it for a little while and then decided to bring up Ghostly Findings Paranormal. Now, I worked by myself to bring that channel up the way I like, to gain my followers, to gain people to come over and see me for who I am, like someone who says, oh, watch out for Mr. Snakey. Now, people know me as that, like Mr. Snakey. So, and, yeah, and saying I peanut butter, like I'm going to peanut butter my pants if I don't run now, because there's someone coming. Like people know me as that. Like everyone has their own little quirks, has their own personality, and it's really hard to bring out your personality when you first start off until you actually build that more confidence in yourself to do videos and do live streaming on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Now you do lose people, and you do lose a lot of people just come over and go, what the hell's she on about, Mr. Snakey? Like people who don't know, yeah, Mr. Snake is a snake that I sometimes always encounter on my journeys walking around cemeteries or stuff like that, abandoned properties. But it's just a common brown snake. But if people come over and go, what the hell's she talking about, a Mr. Snakey? What the hell's a Mr. Snakey? I'm like, yeah, people know it as Mr. Like, yeah, because I used to say, watch out from Mr. Snakey. Because that's where you got. That's where you got to watch out when you're in South Australia or Australia. Freaking snakes curling up in the corner.
Yes, everything kills you down here. If it doesn't burn you to death, it'll kill you. It'll sting you.
True. Yeah, it's very true. But like, yeah, well, that's just my personality. That's why I. So I find it myself. I don't. That's why I don't class myself as a paranormal investigator. I class myself as an amateur paranormal investigator because I'm not interested in going into the darker part of paranormal. And if there's people out there who want to and come over into my channel and see that, like, I don't care if they go, because I'm not interested in the darker paranormal. I'm interested in light paranormal with fun. I like to have fun on my videos. Like when I post a video, I like to have fun. I like to show people, document the cemeteries and the headstones and how people died. It's really hard because people out there just don't accept a lot of the smaller YouTube channels. As why don't she fake this? Why don't she fake that? Look, I don't fake my stuff. What you see on my channel is true. And why fake it? Why fake it? I don't. Like, I'm happy with the subscribers I've got now. Yeah. And if people don't like it, they can just unsub my channel. Just go. I don't really care because I am who I am. And, yeah. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, I'm slowly growing. And it's good.
And it's very hard.
I'm not getting, like hundreds of subscribers a week or anything like that. But, one a day or even one a week, I get really excited to start.
Yeah, because it took me nearly 2 years to get 1,000 subs.
Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it took me nearly 2 years. Like, just, I never faked none of my stuff. I never made it entertaining enough to say, oh, look, there's a ghost behind that door, or pull string and make fake things out of it. That's just who I am. I've just showed a lot of cemeteries and abandoned properties, and the occasional when I was with Ghost Girls, when we would go to haunted pubs.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's great. Always going to have absolutely. Well, thank you for coming in, Tipper. I appreciate you stopping by. We'll be stopping at 10 because I have a premiere video happening at 11, and I'm hoping that people here will come and watch. But yeah, I was sort of actually I'm glad you came, Jackie, and
that's all right. I said I would.
Yes. I was almost going to make a Tits Out Tuesday, but I thought no, I better not.
You got to remember when you try and grow your channel and you want to get to that 1K, a lot of that stuff you'll have to stop because YouTube don't like it.
I agree. Heather deserves more. Oh, thank you, Shandy. Aren't you wonderful? And, and it's great because I do have a lot, and we all have the core subscribers and the core people who will always watch, always comment, always like, thumbs up, share and stuff. And that is just amazing. It really is wonderful of them to do that. And sometimes I think I forget to appreciate everyone.
Yeah, sometimes you do sometimes, because I do it. I admit I do it as well, because you forget. Like
you do.
People who started, like my very first subscriber was Sandy B, like Mama Cat, who comes on my live streams every now and again. Now she was my very first subscriber, and she was my very first subscriber as Cemetery Hunter Adelaide. Now when I went over, she come over, and she was my very first one on Ghostly Findings Paranormal. Now I appreciate Sandy with the utmost respect, because she's been with me since day dot. So yeah, I admit that I forget to thank everyone and like do stuff like that. It's just hard. Sometimes you just forget.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just going to briefly talk about me for a minute.
Yep, your channel.
As you do. Hang on. Yes, we do. That's right. I've always been interested in the paranormal and exploring abandoned houses. Like as a kid, ever since I can remember, I was interested. I would watch all the TV shows and Leanne. Hello, Leanne. Oh, Leanne's a very special person.
Oh, the Facebook one.
Yes, I wasn't sure if I'd be seeing Facebook comments on here, but I am, and I turned Twitter off. Yes, and what was I saying? Yeah, and I've always done it, and then like I see other people do it on YouTube, and I didn't even think for a minute that that's something I could do. You know, it just other people are doing. Oh, that's good for them. You know, I'm happy for them. Yada, yada. I said, you know, I wish I could do it. And next thing you know, Werner goes out. You know, starts recording abandoned buildings and his ghost hunts, and I might put this on YouTube. I said, well, why not? And then so Werner started putting his stuff on YouTube. I'm like, well, if Werner can put his stuff on YouTube, why can't I?
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. And I thought, well, let's do it. And so, and then we invited Mark and Annette. Have you got your links up, Mark and Annette? I think you put it right at the beginning. I don't know if I can go back that far. Put them up again. I'll just show your links as well. And Mark and Annette came along with us, and they decided to do a YouTube channel as well. So we're all sort of running
together.
The
way I see it, if you don't document these stuff, you don't know what's going to happen 5 days down the track or a year down the track. You just don't know with the abandoned properties that you visit. Like they could crumble overnight, be in a bushfire or anything. If you don't document and show people like this is what South Australia had.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
Yeah.
We have an amazingly interesting history and some wonderful buildings here. Very European, and the thing is, European houses weren't designed for Australian. Very English weren't designed for Australian weather.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they've got buildings that were created to get rid of snow on the top of roofs.
Well, yeah, because a lot of them were built like, is it that pug style, like made of? Yeah.
Pug and wood. Yes. And
all it takes is a bushfire to go through and there say goodbye to that property. If you didn't document it, no one would know it was there.
That's right, exactly. And we have a history of getting rid of buildings.
Yes, in South Australia we do. Yes,
South Australia we don't like historical buildings.
Talk about that. Did you actually hear about the Martindale Hall?
No,
because they actually got that up for sale again.
Oh,
because they want to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah, and the National Trust is trying to fight it because they don't want it to be privatised.
Oh.
So the Martindale Hall up at Maribel, they want to.
Geez, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wish I had if I had the money, I'd buy it and live in it.
Yeah.
I'd run around.
That's haunted as well.
Yes.
I've been there before, and I've got some activities up at the Martindale Hall, but they want to get rid of it they want to privatize, they want to sell it and privatize it, and the National Trust is trying to fight to keep it because all the government wants to do is get rid of it.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's a shame. Really, it is. Nocturnal Nation, would you like to join us live and talk about your YouTube channel? Or On the Road Australia even? Oh, no, On the Road Australia is working and speaking, working and listening at the same time, so they can't. I'll put the link there if you want to come up. It'd be nice to get some other people talking about what they do as well instead of just us. I get sick of the sound of my own voice sometimes.
But yeah, paranormal was just something that didn't find me. I found it. I didn't find it. It found me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Actually, I don't know if I've told people this, but Werner, my first date with Werner, we've been together now since 2009. And our first date was actually, Nocturnal Nations are coming up. Cool. Our first date was actually at the Kapunda Cemetery.
Oh God! Is that why you're going back there?
That's like, I got interviewed by That's Life magazine, which is a magazine published here in us, and I've still got a copy of it. I might quickly go and grab it. But That's Life or Take Five, and
yes, I remember the Take Five magazines. Yep.
Both wanted me to be interviewed by them, but I could only be interviewed by one. One offered me 300, one offered me 6. Unfortunately, I took the 300 first, which is a shame. But I'm going to quickly go and get it. I hope it's very handy. But, look here, it's right on top. Or is that my new one? No, wrong one. Oh, it's at the bottom. Oh, I've got to go through drawers. There we go.
You don't throw out your knicker drawers.
No. Here we go. Here we go. There I am. Can you see it? Is it the right one? Oh, hang on.
Oh, yep. A pervy spirit gate crashed our first date.
Which was funny. Oh, that was hilarious. So, I'll show you the page. It's actually what page is it on? Does it say? Issue number doesn't say. And so that was pretty exciting. The problem is I actually used other people's photos, and I told them, I specifically said, you can use these photos, but you must credential them to owners. And they didn't. I was so upset because they didn't do that. So that's page 1 or page 2. That's page 1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think one of them was... Sorry?
I said interesting.
Yeah, so that was great. So I had my 5 minutes of fame. Oh, dear. Okay, still
I would have asked for more than $300.
Yeah, well, I should have. Actually, if it was a 2-page spread, it might have been more.
Oh, okay.
But it was only like 1 3/4 or something like that. Yeah. But there you go. Oh, I'm actually quite tired all of a sudden. Now, what's the time? 10:39. We've still got to fill in 20 minutes.
I think, didn't someone want to come up? Are they on your...
Yeah, Nocturnal Nations. We're going to come up in a few moments.
But yeah, that's pretty well how I got into being ghostly findings paranormal. I just, I didn't find it. It found me in a way because yeah.
Oh, I'm not washed out in this video. Or anyone want to come up at all? The link is pinned to the top of their YouTube Chat, feel free. This is all about you and me and us and togetherness.
Togetherness.
I'm sure there's a song about togetherness, isn't there? Da, 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 sisters. La 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 la. That's all I know, sisters. Oh, and in my premiere, I don't know if Mark B's still here because he's hilarious. In my premiere, I actually made what I thought was a hilarious, like typical Mark B comment. And so I've given him a big shout out in my video. I thought I can just picture Mark B saying something like this, and I hope I'm right. He'll let me know if I'm right or not. But yeah, I want him to see that. I'm getting to know my fellow YouTubers bit by bit. So, do you want to keep talking? I'm just going to quickly
keep talking. Well,
yes. I want to kind of quickly look at the Facebook.
Well, I haven't got really much. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying my merch looks very lovely on you, Heather.
Oh, yes, it does. Yeah, everyone, seriously, people, just drop your links, drop your merch links, drop your PayPal me link.
Yeah.
Your favourite.
I don't know what's happened with my merch links there, but I'll have to go and check that out later.
I went looking for them so I could just like show them on your live last night, but no.
No. I don't know what's happened to it. Yeah, because I haven't been in it for a while. It's probably.
Yeah, Facebook has a lag.
Because since my mum's passed away, we've had a few things happen in our house. We had a couple of things, like the other night, my brother and I were in the lounge and we were hearing stuff. And hello.
Hello, Neil. How are you? Welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm doing very well. Very well. Heather, and Ghostly Findings. How are you doing, dear?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
That's excellent. I'm going to put you on full screen.
Yeah, pretty much. Not you.
Not me.
Oh, my.
Now you got to do it.
That's a little more of me than what I thought I was going to see tonight.
Oh, so much Neil. So much Neil. That's a lot of Neil.
That's a lot of me right there.
So I don't know. I'm gonna let you talk, and you'll see scrolling at the bottom some ideas that you can talk about. Just introduce yourself, who you are, maybe a bit of your history, what got you into what you're doing, about your YouTube channel. But there is one condition: you must answer the question: what didn't you expect on YouTube when you started? What happened, or something about YouTube that you weren't expecting?
Okay, I'll start with that first then.
Yes.
The thing that I was
links. Okay, I'm going to mute myself.
Okay,
sorry.
No problem. Probably the thing that I most was not expecting from YouTube was them taking away some of your subscribers. I noted that there's been times when I've had, for example, when I first started out, when I just hit the 100 mark, I got up to like 115, 120, and then I look back again and I was down to 98. I'm like, what the world is going on here? It was crazy. It really frustrating, man, because, you guys know as well as I do, you spend time on here working your channel and spending as much time on it as you possibly can. And then all of a sudden you look down and you're losing subscribers and you contact the ones, well, I have contacted some of those who I saw were gone. I'm like, did you purposely leave my channel? No, I don't know what happened. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah. A lot of the times with that, YouTube does a purge. Like I've recently had a purge where I've gone from 1,390 odd down to 1,700 and something. So I've lost 20 something people in 2 days. Like they do a big purge. If people don't come over to your channel and leave a comment, it gets rid of them. They eventually get rid of them people in the long run. So
why do they do that?
I don't know, because I've asked questions like that before, and someone told me that if people don't come over to your channel for a while, and who are family members to your channel, and they don't comment on a video after so many months, YouTube do a big purge and get rid of them.
Yeah, so, I know Kim Fitzgerald just put down there that They say it's. She said it's. They say it's from inactive accounts.
That's it, right? Yeah. They say it's inactive.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, well, here's a little bit about my story, man. My name is Neil. I'm 54 years old, and I cannot remember a day of my life that I've not been able to talk to spirits and have them talk back to me, and I've not been able to see them. My whole life has been this way. The earlier part of my life, as a child on through my teens, my parents would always say, well, it's just your imagination, your imaginary friends, and just blow things off here and there. And I knew the whole time that I was seeing these things and I was hearing them. And it got me to the point where I got really rebellious against my family. And I turned to drugs and alcohol, and got into some bad things. I spent 3 years in a satanic cult. Left there. The reason I left there is because a friend of mine died while he was in. If he hadn't have died, I probably would still be in, honestly, because I was that blind to it. But yeah, years went by. Then I ended up becoming a Baptist preacher. I preached for over 10 years, and things happened there. I had to leave the church. I didn't have to. I chose to leave the church because of some things that happened I didn't agree with. So at that point, I said, it's time for me to do what I was meant to do, and I started investigating. And been doing it ever since, man. And I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I when I first started out doing investigating, honestly, I didn't know, if it was going to pan out at all. I just thought I was going to do it just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
But it's like the more I do it, the more addicted I am to it. I can't get enough of it now. I don't understand it. I'm crazy that way, I guess. But I love it, man. My channel, Nocturnal Nation. I'm on Facebook as Neil K, on Twitter as Nocturnal Nation, of course, YouTube, and I'm on Patreon as Nocturnal Nation. Just started my Patreon, so it's fairly new, getting started on there. We've just started our a new format for our videos. If you've seen the videos in our past, any of you've noticed the way that we had done them was pretty much like everyone else was doing them. Yeah. But we decided we're going to do something a little different now. So now on Thursdays, our videos are going to be in the same style as a live, but it's going to be recorded. So in other words, basically everything's going to be uncut, just like if you were right there with me on Thursdays. And that's what my Thursday things are going to be. On Mondays, sometimes it's going to be in that same format of the live style, and sometimes a new format, which is based on the new format is based on some of the shows you see on TV, the way they do things. Just wanted to mix things up a little bit and see what happens with that. If it works good. If not, I can always go back the way I've been doing.
Very interesting.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why I called myself Come Hither with Heather, so that I'm not bound by any one specific thing.
Right.
I thought if I did something about abandon, then I have to stick to abandon. If I did something about paranormal, I have to stick to paranormal. I thought Come Hither with Heather is not only ambiguous,
right,
to kind of branch off if I feel that it's appropriate and it's an appropriate thing to do. And now I can do both. I can do abandoned,
right,
and that will probably become my trademark in the end. But every now and then I'll throw something like a drag show in, or I don't know. Right. I've got a song Ode to Holidays, a short video. I sang the song from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, about a summer holiday. You'll find that on my channel. That was the very first video I made, actually.
That's awesome.
I was so excited to go on holidays. I thought, well, I'll just throw that up for shits and giggles.
Right. And that's the reason why I like my name too, is Nocturnal Nation. I don't say that I'm all paranormal investigator, because if you know, Heather, you've been on my channel. I also do oracle readings. I do that, and all kinds of stuff. I put a couple of music videos up already. Just me messing around. Having a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking. Like, because I'm ghostly finds paranormal, I'm thinking about getting rid of the paranormal part because I don't dwell in that part anymore. It's just the light part of the paranormal part. That's why I've been thinking for a while to change my channel name probably to just ghostly findings, because paranormal is not me anymore.
Right. Yeah, you should try that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because if, like, for me, for example, if I would go looking at your channel, I'm expecting paranormal. If you're not doing paranormal, I'm gonna be like, well, what the hell's going on, you know? So yeah, I would consider that if I were you.
Yeah, because I don't dwell on the paranormal part of it anymore.
Can I ask you why?
About it for a while. It's just things that have happened, and a lot of I had like attachments and stuff like that, and with my mental health issues, and paranormal part's just not me anymore.
Right. Well, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
No,
you know.
No. So I've been thinking for a while to get rid of the paranormal part of my name.
Yeah.
Just have ghostly findings or something like that.
Well, I don't know if you found this true, you know, with you or not, but one thing that I have noticed, and I've told people, everyone who asks me about it, I tell them the same thing, that once the door to the paranormal has been opened, it's hard to close it back. Almost impossible to close it back. So, although you might not portray it, you know, on your YouTube and whatnot, you will probably always have that connection to it.
Yeah. It'll always be there, but changing up the name would probably be the best way of me going forward with my channel, because.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna look you up when we're done here too.
Yeah, I've just done.
Yeah, share the love, everyone. Subscribe to everyone. Even on the chat, there are people on chat who have. And I've dropped their links on occasion. I probably won't be able to find them now. We've got 10 minutes. I've just put up my...
Because yours is the one with the 276 subscribers in it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I've just joined it.
Yeah, cool deal. Yeah, this is like my third channel I've been on.
Yeah, this is my second.
Yeah. And each time it's been because each time I changed, it's because my team has changed.
Yeah.
The very first team I had, it was me and my son, who was 16 at the time, and his friends and his friends' parents, and we were like, you know, we did our little thing for a little while, and that kind of faded out, you know, with the kids, you know.
Yeah.
So then after that, I started another channel with another team that I was with that I'd started, and this gentleman and I ended up having a disagreement, which ended up causing us, you know, not to be able to work together anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted to not have anything to do with that name anymore. So I started another channel under this name.
Yeah, because that's like, same situation I'm in, because I've been thinking about it for over about nearly 2 months to get rid of the paranormal part of my channel and just be called Ghostly Findings.
Yeah, I would consider that. Definitely.
Excellent. You'll see I've got a link up there. That's my premiere starting in
9 minutes. Yes, we know.
Just making sure everybody, you know, when this up on over.
Now, what was that you got going on again, Heather?
Oh dear. You know, you might remember it's all about me.
Yes, it's certainly all about Heather.
I hear you, girl. I hear you. Not a problem. It's funny.
So everybody, it seems that everybody likes your new name, Jackie. Like,
I'm thinking about. I've been thinking about it for a while, because I was going to throw a new name up before, and then I thought, I'll leave it because of all the stuff. Then I thought, I have to get rid of it, because it's just not me anymore doing the paranormal investigating. Like, I don't mind. I'll still do it every now and then, but not all the time.
Yeah,
like, I'll still go to cemeteries at night and try and document.
How long did you do investigations?
I've had this channel for nearly 2 years.
Okay.
And I was doing like a lot of the paranormal stuff with it, but now I just can't dwell with it anymore. It's just not for me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, things change here and there.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. So everyone, quickly drop your links if you can. You've got a few minutes left. This is what it's all about, dropping your links, sharing your everything with everyone, and hopefully out of this you'll get a couple new subscribers. My channel isn't huge, but you know, you never know. Somebody might be lurking in the background.
Yeah, you never can tell. I know there's been especially some of the lives that I've done. Whenever I go check on it, you know, right afterwards, I might have like 36 or 37 like that viewers. And then I'll check back like 15, 20 minutes later, and it's like jumped up to 100 viewers. I'm like, what?
That's good. That is good.
Yeah, yes. And I've been noticing today, like I've been jumping from 9 to 13, I think, at the most.
That is good. for a
Which
small
is,
channel, which is
which is pretty good. I'm very lucky to have friends who watch.
Definitely.
And
Yeah, I agree, Evelyn, because everyone just calls me as Ghostly Findings because there's another YouTuber in Australia that's called Ghostly Whisper Paranormal. Like I'm Ghostly Findings Paranormal, and she's Ghostly Whispers Paranormal, and like people get mixed up with us when we're on other people's lives.
Okay.
So I'm just thinking,
thanks.
I don't know if it's Jackie or
it's Jackie.
Jock.
Just Jackie.
The one in the chat down here.
Yeah, it's Jackie.
Evelyn?
We call her Evelyn.
Okay.
Because
Evelyn wants to know about
screens,
my
there's two
best
Jackies.
investigation. She wanted to know about my best investigation.
Yeah.
So here it goes.
In 4 minutes or less.
Okay, 4 minutes left. Damn. 30 seconds. So I was at this this house we call the murder house or the house of pain. I've been at that house and I've had a ghost to pin me against the wall, and I felt the bone in this part of his arm rubbing against my chest. He had me pinned there, and I didn't think I was ever going to be able to move unless the guy that was with me. Luckily, I had him there with me because he yanked me off the wall. And that's during the same investigation, I kept getting scratched on the back of my head, hit in my elbows, my name's being whispered, screams in my left ear. So, yeah, that was probably my best investigation to date.
Yeah, I think I watched a bit of that. Or watched that. That's on YouTube, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. I think I watched that, and you were passing people on.
Yeah. That's one thing that I really love about what I do. Helping people cross over that way because, and that draws from the time when I used to be a preacher. So that's one thing I said I was definitely going to include in that.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I'm going to say my goodbyes now. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Neil.
You're totally welcome, my friend.
It was amazing to talk to you both.
And you, Neil.
I decided just to do an hour just in case the whole thing turned into a flop, and I thought, now I'm going to have to entertain people.
Well, you're getting unlimited streaming, so you're going to have to do a lot longer hours there.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hey, look,
anyway,
you had to do like I've done sometime. I've gone sometime almost 5 hours.
Yes.
So have I.
Yes.
Okay, have a great day, everyone. Yes, have a great day, everyone. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the premiere. Hooroo!
See ya.